Hello, welcome back to Fred in the Shed. And yes, we are up in the Radio Shack, and no, there is no skip, no radio propagation coming in today. So I thought I'd look at something different. Now, I'm always looking at ways to bring new content to the channel. I don't want it to be the same old thing every time. And I was contacted by this company, just by random, enginediy.com. And they said, Fred, would you want to review a gadget for us? And I went over and checked out their website to make sure they were genuine, of course. And they do some fantastic models, guys. Really some great models over there. Jet engines, steam engines, petrol engines, Stirling engines. Some really, really good stuff. And if you're like a model geek like me, you can lose yourself on that website. And you certainly spend a lot of money as well. But for this one, they sent in a gadget. And this is a Tesla coil, an open air Tesla coil. Now, when the kids were growing up, they had plasma balls, which is kind of like a Tesla coil in a vacuum, isn't it? And I think they were quite safe because you were sort of protected by the screen of glass, which was earthed. But this is slightly different. This is a Tesla coil that shoots out to the air, and it does come with a warning. It basically can kill you because it has enough energy to stop your heart. And if you are one of these people that have a pacemaker or an implant or something like that, then you're not supposed to use this because it's potentially quite lethal. That's always quite nice to know, isn't it? But it should be absolutely fine. That's the theory anyway. So what we're going to do, we'll look in the box, see what it's like. I'm not going to fire it up near any of my expensive radio equipment because you don't want to see a grown man cry on camera, and you really would if I fry my favourite radios here. We'll take it down in the shed and we'll have a look at it. But anyway, let's see what we get. So this came in the other day, and I haven't even had a chance to look at it, let alone open it up. So we've got two boxes here. The Tesla coil and something else. So we'll have a look what's in the white box first. So yeah, a Tesla coil, obviously invented by Tesla, wasn't it? Not the car. Everyone sort of like will say under the age of 40 you'll think it's the car. No, it was before then. Tesla was very, very famous, wasn't he? Did those fantastic demonstrations where he sat in a cage and proved that the electricity would pass through the cage and it wouldn't kill him. And he was a great showman, but never really appreciated in his time. Obviously now he's seen as the father of electricity. So Tesla coil, what is it? Well, it's really just like, isn't it? It's just basically a radio frequency oscillating transformer. What we got on this interesting. We've got like a little, is that a now file? Or is that like a conductor thing? So you can, not sure what that is. And just an AC transformer here, 240 volts, and it outputs 48 volts at 2 amps. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so a Tesla coil, it's just a radio frequency oscillating transformer basically, but where you've got, say, an ordinary transformer, and that's designed to transfer energy efficiently, isn't it, between a primary and a secondary winding. And this transformer that's in this one is designed to temporarily store electricity. And normally what you get is you're going to get a... Oh, that's quite a nice box. Let's have a quick look to come back to that. Oh, okay, so it has some instructions, all in Chinese, but I'm sure I can work it out. Probably the camera's blowing them out. And attention, do not place neon lights or other objects on top of it. Oh, okay. Well, we've got some LED lights in the shed. We'll have a go at those, and it shows you the little now file thing and some other stuff inside there. So. Yeah, a modern Tesla coil is really it's just basically you got the initial transformer and that boosts the voltage, and then that sends it to a capacitor, which I assume will be inside here, and that stores the energy, and then it will send it to a coil, and that absorbs the high voltage, and then the whole thing, because it's AC, it's going to basically resonate on an AC current, which I assume would be adjustable. There must be a frequency adjuster in here, and yeah, basically it's going to charge up the transformer, then it's going to discharge through the coil, and it'll do that very, very quickly. It'll repeat the cycle every so many times per second. And we've got there's the coil itself. That's quite nice. It looks quite nice actually, to be fair. So it's been packaged really, really nice. It says pull up, doesn't it? And okay, so we've got a little accessory box. Like Christmas, this, isn't it? It's very nice and sort of black and quite mysterious, I must admit. So in the accessory box we have a selection of little neon light bulbs. I suppose what's going to happen, and this is what we used to do at school with the fluorescent tubes, if you remember that, because this is going to kick out such high voltage, and of course the electricity is going to be going everywhere through the air trying to get to Earth, as I said, it will go through one of these neon bulbs, and I suppose if I hold it close enough, it might earth through me, and then the neon gas inside the bulb will become agitated by electricity, and it will glow basically. So the light will come on. It should work with fluorescent as well if it's kicking out enough voltage. Yeah, I mean that's fairly okay. And then we have the unit itself. I've got to say, this is really nice. Let me come in closer. Hopefully the focus will work on the camera. Yeah, it is. So it's an acrylic case and it's completely transparent, and oh my god, there are 3 big caps in there. 1000 UF at 6.3 volts. It's not so much the voltage, it's the ampage that concerns me. Yeah, is that 1000 microfarads? Okay, so we've got 3 very big caps that I wouldn't really normally go by. That's the, imagine the coil itself, the high frequency coil. And what else we got in there? A heatsink as well. Very big alloy heatsink. So it's a double board. There's also a second board below that, and it's a black printed board. And yeah, that's quite nice. So there's the power. So that must turn up the voltage, and then that's going to be the frequency, which will be the speed of the cycles, I imagine. And then we have, looks like spark, and then switch it across to Bluetooth. I assume this will become discoverable. So there you go. So yeah, first impression out of the box. That's actually quite a nice looking unit. Now we've got this little spike here, which looks very sharp. I'll be a little bit apprehensive about leaving kids alone with this, because that is actually very sharp. I think that would go straight through your hand, and that will screw in the top. It's nicely made. There we go. Yeah, that is a little bit dodgy. And there we go. I wonder if this works. I wonder, because that's just going to flick out. I wonder if I could get some copper wire and just wire around it and maybe put out a few more strands. That might be a bit more interesting. So anyway, that's the coil. I'm not even going to think about switching it on up here. Let's go down into the shed and see if I can kill myself on camera. Okay, so here we are then. We're set up in the shed, and other than my old clock there, all of my equipment is out of the way. We've got the spike back on. Got to be careful of that. So, got the power supply over there, so I think we'll switch on. Whoa, flipping heck. Oh, that is loud. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I could have... That is really loud. Can I zoom in on that? That is quite nasty. Let me turn the overhead lights off. Hope you see that coming out on camera there. Okay, so yeah, that is quite aggressive. I actually feel quite apprehensive now, I don't mind telling you. That is the power on minimum. I haven't even turned the power up, and that is the frequency on its lowest. Jesus, that is loud. I don't really want to put my hand near it. Let's turn the frequency up. Oh my word. And they sell this as a toy? It doesn't seem right that it's legal. Jesus, that's... I have an insulated screwdriver. Look at that! You see that flashing on the screwdriver there? Okay. Ah, okay, so that the power is more like the frequency control. So that's the power controls how many times that those capacitors are discharging per and then you got the frequency there. Frequency seems to be more the power. That is a lot more aggressive than I thought it would be. Bloody hell. Jesus. It's actually, can you see that? It's actually starting to earth out on its own chassis. That's flipping heck. See that? That's aggressive. Turn the power down a bit. So I suppose you want me to touch it, don't you? Before I do that, let me just try one of these little neon bulbs. These are the neon bulbs that you get. Let me be a bit of a wimp and just put one on the end of a... My God, look at that! Can you see that? I'm nowhere near it and it's already starting to light up. So what's happening now? Obviously the it's so loud. Electricity is trying to jump through the air and earth out. Do you know, this is a lot more powerful than I thought it would be. Let me just unscrew one of my LED lights in the shack. I think that's powerful enough to... Oh my God, look! I don't know if you can see that. It's flashing. There's so much reflection. I might have to come back at night when it's... That is flashing away. That is violent. Oh God, okay, so I suppose the time has come for me. If I touch it first with this metal rod, it should give me an... Okay. See that spark off. My hand is is shaking. Up a little bit. Okay, well, it's been nice knowing you, and as always, cheers, thanks for watching. What things I do on for YouTube. If this hurts, I'll tell you. It tingles. Doesn't hurt. It's a tingling sensation. So what's happening is my skin is protecting me because the electrical current is travelling through my skin, which is not basically going into the core of me. So all of my organs are protected by the outer layer of my skin, like Tesla's Faraday cage. Okay, so we know that we can touch it and we won't die. It's impressive though. I wasn't expecting that. Let's crank it up. Flipping heck. Oh shit. Look at that. Oh my word. That is flat out. That is so noisy and that's really angry. Look at that light. Oh. Look at that. Should I touch it? I can feel it. Oh, it tingles. It doesn't. Okay, yeah, that is a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit too strong. Okay, let's turn it off. God, that's loud. Yeah, that was just a little bit too strong. It didn't hurt, but I could feel heat. My God, that's a toy. I wouldn't really trust that, especially with that spike as well. And if I'm not mistaken, the end of that spike has gone blue. Yeah, it's warm. The end of that spike was getting hot. This is a toy. Okay, I need to test out the Bluetooth, but I'm not bringing my phone anywhere near that. I suppose when it comes down to the music, it's only going to work with simple music, isn't it? What I would call like 8-bit music, you know, like Mario. Boop, 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 that sort of thing, you know. So I need to find some of that royalty free, and then I'll probably Bluetooth it in from the house. My ears are just recovering from the noise, but yeah, that was a lot more than I thought. Okay, let me come back when I've Bluetoothed it. So I've connected it to my computer really easy, and this is supposed to be Bohemian Rhapsody in square wave music. It does sound a little odd, doesn't it? Let me close the door. So yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. So let's turn it up. Let's try the power. Frequency. Oh wow. There. That's about half power. Going crazy. And the little light came on inside there. It said over temperature, and you can see the bluing on the spot. So that was Bohemian Rhapsody in square wave music. Right, I've turned the music off now. So I just want to try one more thing, just to see how safe those sparks are. So we get a plain piece of paper, and what I'm doing is I'll short it with my pliers, and we'll see if it burns through. So let's turn it on. Protect your ears, because it's going to get quite loud again. Whoa. There we go. Those capacitors are tuning up. There it goes. So let's get the power. Let's turn the frequency up. Let's turn the power up. Turn the frequency down a bit. It's an aggressive thing, isn't it? Let's get this piece of paper. So that really is hitting those pliers, isn't it? Let's put the paper behind it. You see that on there? That's about the most intense. And there's some very small black marks which won't come out on camera, but no, it seems absolutely fine, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, there's no problem there. Now, I did say I was going to wrap some wire around that to try and spread it out, because I imagined it was just going to come out the spot. I don't think I need to. That is completely coming out in all directions, isn't it? So there you go. What can I say? It's very nicely made. Even the little pots are quite nice, and the acrylic case You can see all the workings inside it. Just a gadget. I mean, it's completely useless, of course. Just something just to amuse yourselves and scare people with. Just be very careful. That is pin sharp and it gets hot. And it's gone blue at the end there, so that was really glowing white hot. So you've got to be a little bit careful. I would not say this is for children. I would say this is for mad adults. There you go. The little Tesla coil there. Thank you very much for sending it in. I will leave links in the description if you want to go away and have a look yourself. And I say check out their website because they do some wonderful models. Really, really, really nice. And little gadget. So I hope that's something different on Freddy in the Shed. I haven't died. I'm still here and the camera is still here. I was getting a bit worried about the camera. So all's well that ends well. Thumbs up from Fred in the Shed. Thank you very much for dropping by. Thanks for your view time. Do appreciate it. Never take you for granted. And as always, please, please, please look after each other for me. Stay safe and catch you on the next one, which will most likely be a radio. Cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in.